What is going on, guys? Thanks for joining my channel, Robinhood. This is Bob. Today is March 7th, and today, guys, I am excited to go over with you my week 10 of my 52-week $15,000 challenge, and I'll go over my portfolio with you as well, just to show how I was up 7% this week. So let's get started. Alright, guys, as you can see, my total market value is at $121,633. Of that, my equity money that I have in the stocks with my own money is at $60,283.75, and I am using margins. So margins used, I'm at $61,349.25. We do look at my stocks here, guys. I do have Energy Transfer, AT&T, Microsoft, Enterprise Products, New Residential, Realty Income, and Apple. As you can see, guys, this Energy Transfer was my second lowest stock that I had equity in, and this is my highest return on there. So it doesn't have to be the huge name like Apple or Microsoft that can bring you in the most money. Sometimes if you do pick the right stock at a certain time, you can get lucky. But if you do a little bit of research and seeing how the market's moving, you can go into these and make some good money. Like I said, just this year so far, I believe I'm up about 25% with Energy Transfer. So let's check how my week went, and I will check how the year is going as well. Like I said, we are in 10 weeks so far. So as you can see, I'm pretty sure this is how a lot of people's charts are, at least for the most part. I started out in the green at positive $1,032, and then it dropped all the way down $843, and then it started to recover very well. So on Friday, I did end up positive $1,722.85. and I did lose just $7 after hours. If we check the week out here, I'm up $2,364, up 4.08%. But this does start on the Monday here. So if you do check the month out, you see how far down I dropped from last week. I was all the way down to negative 4.2%. So I'm up 3%. So I'm up just about 7% just in this complete week that just passed. So it's absolutely pretty crazy of how much of a difference it could be. I was on my all-time high last week, or the week before last, at 60,693, but I'm at 60,283, which is not bad for the most part, because I know a lot of people heavily invested in certain tech stocks or penny stocks did have a pretty big sell-off. So I did start this portfolio on December 24th, just the day before Christmas, just so the end of this year I would be able to have all the stocks, mainly my AT&T and Realty Income stocks, for over a year for tax purposes. But I did start out about $53,000. I did gain, I believe, about $600-700 off the first day. So it started at about $53,000. So I up about $7,000 so far. So if we do look at all the options, I know I did say last week that I was going to kind of be a little bit more chill with this, but I did go against my word and went even more options. I did stick with mostly of the stock options that I've already currently had, but I did do a couple other risky options that honestly did not pay off. First, we'll start with AT&T. If you guys have been paying attention to AT&T, I did buy about 200 more shares of AT&T. I did end up selling Realty Income. I did have 400 and I believe 53 shares, so I did end up selling them because Realty Income was at about $61-62, and I believe that was pretty high because they were on a pretty good incline. And AT&T absolutely fell off last week, the week before last. So I did take the opportunity to sell Realty Income just to keep my 400 shares. I was trying to get up to 500, but seeing how low AT&T went, I did use that money to buy AT&T, and it definitely paid off. I will show you guys that on my long-term dividend option strategy on my next spreadsheet. But as you can see, I did have to buy buy AT&T back at a huge loss at $280. I did not want to lose AT&T. The current price now is at $29.50. So if I would have let it sell off and the stock price stayed exactly the same when the market opens on Monday, I would have gained a little bit of money if I would have just sold it off. But like I said, tax purposes and just not knowing what's going to happen on Monday as well. If the stock goes back up to $29.70, then I would have made out on it. So I did buy that back, and since the stock was up, I believe it was up about 5% for the week. I did end up doing another call that expires that week on Friday. I was able to get a pretty good premium at $13 at a $31 strike price. So I don't believe it'll hit $31, but there's some things happening next week with AT&T. I will do another video on that on probably Wednesday, possibly Thursday. With realty income, it was dropped very, very, very significant. So I did end up buying it back for $15, making $100. And then I did rise back up. So I did a lower strike price at $50, a $62.50 premium with $50 premium here, 4 contracts, and I ended up buying that back as well, making $100. So just off of this, I did make $200 off of this. Energy transfer, also just doing a safe bet, how I've been doing, got $22. Enterprise products, I got $12. New residential does not expire until the 19th. But they are on a little bit of upturn. They did fall off a little bit on Friday, then come back. So this is pretty close to the price. So if for some reason I do have to sell new residential, I may let it go and add more into a stock if it starts to go down. With Microsoft and Apple, I don't really know what I was thinking, but it was going down so much. As you can see, I did a option call at a strike price of $242, and then $237, then $235, then $235, then $232, just making premiums because I kept on buying it back, because I thought it was going to bounce up a lot higher, but it just kept on falling. Microsoft finally did end up bouncing back on Friday, but I did not get the best premium out of it, but I did make a little bit over $100 of buying and selling it. Same thing with Apple. Like I said, I did 131 at a 29 call, then 128, 126, 122. As you can see, these numbers of how far that it dropped down. I was able to make profit on each one of these as well. I did do a Wendy's buy call. Lucky I did get out of these last couple of shares as well, because the stocks did not recover back to where they needed to be on expiration. But I did have a little bit of time with Wendy's, but I just wanted to make some quick money here. So I did end up making $25 and another $20 on Wendy's. I don't know if I'm going to mess with Helion no more. Like I said, if you guys seen my videos, I did lose $27,000 off of Helion stock last year. And luckily I was able to recover all that with the Tesla switch and a SPG switch. So I try to do some buy calls. I've been pretty successful with it. I did time this a little wrong, because I could have made it a little bit more money off of it, but with this original one here, I was happy that I was able to sell it for $100, because it did jump significantly, I believe, on Monday, so I bought it back. On Friday, this thing was all the way down to, I believe, $23, so I was down about $1,200 on this play that I had here. So luckily I was able to do it, just losing $156. So like I said, this could have been a $1,200 loss, if not 100% loss, because I believe Helion right now is like at $13. So if I would have held it, I would have lost all of my money. I also did a buy call on the 4th. I was able to make a quick $10. It went back down, and I was like, let me just do the same thing, and then it did not recover, so I just ended up selling it because I didn't see it going back up, so I didn't lose $52 off of that. And Nokia, for me, because I didn't have enough buying power to buy any stocks, and I just ended up selling all my Nokias at a loss in order for me to buy this AT&T back, because I just did that on the 5th just to get the stocks back. I didn't want to wait too long. I did it about 3 o'clock, just before they were about to close, and the stocks kept on going up and up and up. So I was getting a little worried, and I knew the money that I had to put in it. So I said, hey, I can buy it at $22. I didn't want to buy it any higher. Of course, I would want to buy it lower, but like I said, the stock kept on going up, and I just wanted to get rid of this. And I'll give you the reason why I did this, but I made an absolute killing on AT&T on the stock side, so I'll show that on the next spreadsheet. So in total of all of these trades and everything, all this time I invested in here, I still ended up losing for the first time in 10 weeks. I'm actually down $77 of all of this option trades, mainly off of AT&T, Helion. So those two were the big hits that cost me all of my profits for option trades. So let's look at the long-term dividend one here. So like I said, I am at 1,400 shares now of AT&T. So this is making huge dollars in the annual dividend. I did switch my option trade here to $4 on average because I've only been getting about $2, just to be honest with you, on these option trades, sometimes $3. So I think the average that I can get, as long as they're on a steady increase or incline, I think I can get at least $4 or more. But I'm still getting at least $5,000, $6,000 for the total investment for the year. But as long as AT&T is below $30, I will be investing in it. And as long as realty income is below $60, which is at $60 right now, I will be planning on investing in realty income. So if we check down here, guys, the stock side, like I was telling you guys, AT&T made an absolute killing. I went from negative $795 all the way up to positive $1,278. And that was thankfully on the stock going up, but also me buying in at 200 more shares. So I sold realty income at about $61.10 or $61.50, something like that. So realty income's at $60 right now. So I did make a profit on selling that at the right time and buying low on AT&T. I believe I was buying AT&T at $28, $28.10, $28.20, around that range. So I did make a good swing on that. Like I said, this is almost $2,000 just on the stock side. I did go down a little bit here. Realty income, I did lose about $150. Microsoft stayed exactly the same from last week. Energy transfer, like I said, has been absolutely killing it. I'm up $17.98 with energy transfer. And like I said, this is the second lowest amount of money that I invested in all the stocks that I have currently. Apple, I'm not even going to talk about Apple, but I'm sure they'll bounce back sooner than later. Just in 3 weeks, I believe I bought this back, and it's been a very bad investment short term. But long term, I'm sure this will go back to where it needs to be at. They'll put some news out there, and everyone will be buyback in. So this is at negative 1472. EPD went up pretty good, almost $500, $525 from last week. This sold stocks here. I didn't add the realty income here because I actually bought it higher than I sold it for, but I made profit of the stocks where it's currently at, so I'm not going to pay too much attention on the stock side here. It's basically a wash in my eyes. So stocks sold previously, keeping it at 1,074. New resident went up just a little bit at 315. So just this swing here, guys, from $1,000 all the way up to $4,000. That's a $3,000 swing just on the stock side in 1 week. And this is a week that a lot of people lost on. So this is more of a safer side in my eyes. Tech heavy ones, I'm just like with Microsoft and Apple, normally they will recover or they will just be continuing to grow little by little. So like this is almost my high. The highest I was at, I believe, was week 7 at $4,383. So I'm getting there. So hopefully next week will be a green week for everybody. But in my eyes, I think what will happen is tech will recover. A lot of times tech will recover and my other stocks will start to fall a little bit and it'll even out a little bit. But if Apple could just recover, I would be happy with that. I do plan on selling some options, but I might wait later in the week because Apple and Microsoft they can jump up $10, $15 easy just within a few hours. So we check out my dividend side, guys. Like I said, it's my first week that I have lost with dividend and option trading, mainly because of AT&T. I lost $280. Realty income I was able to pull in $200, but I plan on selling more calls on it, trying to get another at least $100, $200 off of that. Microsoft, $116. So just buying and selling. I believe I bought and sold this about 4 or 5 times. Was able to make $116. Energy transfer, $22. Apple, I did this 5 times as well. Only made $60 off of this. But I was trying to be really safe with Apple because I didn't want to have to sell it again at a huge loss at $1,400. At least if worst case scenario, if I sold Microsoft, I believe I was up just about $1,000. So with EPD, $12. Other trades that I did, I lost $207, mainly off of Hillian. New resident doesn't expire until the 19th. So like I said, negative $77. But total year to date, 10 weeks, I made $3,276 plus the $4,000. I'm not including the stock side on my 52-week goal, but if you look at my total profit in 10 weeks, it's about $7,000, which is amazing. So $7,000 is including minusing the margins on here. So I'm very happy with how my portfolio is going, just compared to a lot of other people losing last couple weeks. I'm pretty sure before that they were winning probably a lot more than me, but for me to have I've seen people have a 50, 60, 70% decline in their stocks, even if they are still technically up. Just seeing that, I could not go through that again. Like I said, I was down, I believe 50, 60% myself in November. And I just came back. So like I said, doing this strategy here is safer in my eyes with dividends, and the stocks that I have here, I don't see them dropping off 10, 20, 30%. If it does, it'll be probably a 5% swing down or a 5% swing up in that range in my eyes for these stocks that I have. But mainly just keeping off the dividends, I should be able to make at least about $15,000 for the end of the year, which I'll be perfectly happy with. And if the stocks themselves I make money off of, I'll be even more happy. But like I said, $15,000 or more is my goal this year. I will keep you guys updated. So thank you guys for joining my channel. Please definitely hit the like, subscribe. If you guys are up, if you guys are down, just comment below. Let me know what you guys are doing. Make sure you guys are holding your stocks if you believe in your stocks. So you guys have a good day. Thank you guys.